Okay, welcome back to the Lady of Tea Show. My name is Courtney Jones, and I'm a public relations intern for Miss Tamara Mann. And we are back with LaShonda Craddock, the executive director for Culture of My Kids Foundation. Now, what are your expectations of the children at the end of the season?
My expectations is just that they do their best. That's the only thing that I ask of the children. So always, always do their best. My motto, whether it's dance, academic, or anything you do, is you're as good as your last performance. So always put it out on the table. No matter what you're doing, do your best.
Now, do they ever feel as it's hard for them to break out their shell?
We have some that are shy. You can tell they're shy. When they first start speaking, they have little tiny, teeny voices, or when they first start dancing, they're looking at the ground. But eventually, as they speak more, as they dance more, you know, as they get more and more feedback, you can see that they're more self-confident.
Okay, so have you ever sought out to bring any African children that you sponsor to the U.S. and be a part of the program?
Oh, yes, that probably will be somewhere down the line. Again, my goal is for community connection, whether it be national or international community connection. We would love to take our children to certain parts of Africa so they can see the culture that we speak about firsthand. So we would love that. We actually do network with some people from the African community, and surprisingly, there is a nice population of people that are from Africa that reside here in Richmond.
Right.
So we do get together with them on certain occasions, and we're finding that a lot of times their children, they know like as much as our children know. So it would be lovely to get them together and kind of just uphold the traditions. But definitely, we would love that network.
So are some of the students culture shocked by the new things they experience? For example, like the slave trail. I had seen pictures on your website. Like, I know I would be culture shocked because you hear about slavery all the time, but you never experienced it.
Yeah, it is. They are actually last summer. Those were the pictures that you saw. We did take our children and we walked the slave trail. We read the signs and we went down by the murals and everything else. And I think it makes it real. It's one thing to read about something that happened, but to kind of feel that energy and to walk the space and just to imagine that walk under the circumstances, it makes it more real.
Did they get a chance to feel that realness? Did they come up to you and tell them how they felt about it?
Yes, we had one so precious. We had my godmother's grandson was visiting, and he just kept asking questions. Well, why did they do that? And how did this happen? And he just couldn't understand the whole concept of what was happening.
Right.
So you can understand, to that generation, I think he's about 10, like in the age range of 10, it is surreal for them to imagine that certain things have happened. So it brings that realness to everyone. Okay, you know, there is a greater appreciation for what I have now. And I do have a duty to look back and pay my homage and pay my respect for those that fought for me to be here where I am today.
Now, has any other organizations reached out to you or felt inspired by your movement?
Oh, sir, there are so many organizations, and I do want to mention some of them today so people can have a chance to look these organizations up. Of course, Ascend Incorporated, my home company, Izibumuntu African Dance and Cultural Foundation, love them. We work with Camp Diva, Peter Paul Center, Northside YMCA, Henderson Middle School. We're about to start a partnership with Communities in Schools, Higher Achievement. We're going to do a workshop for Girls Can. We've done some work with the Red Cross at Adopt Haiti, Fatherhood Initiative, Robinson Theater, Tuesday Verses, Boys and Girls Club. And then we're actually going to do a performance today for the McDonough Community Center, the Community Garden. And then we've also done some networking with Alegba Folklore Society. So again, our goal is just to be out there. Did I forget Nubian Village? I'm just trying to, all of those people have helped to make Culture for My Kids what it is. And I'm proud of where we are in our short 2 years. So it's a lot of nonprofits that want to make a difference in the community. So our goal is, my other motto, many, is it takes a village. It takes a village. So we're out here to hold hands with all the organizations, and let's just come to the circle and see what we can do for these young people, because they are the future.
So are the parents involved?
Oh, yes. My parents, I have to really, Talamai Youth Dance and Drum Company. That's our other baby, Culture for My Kids baby. That's our African dance and drum company. And the parents are just absolutely amazing. They are involved. They go on the field trips. They're at all the shows, helping with costumes, helping with each other's children. The parents are really involved. And what we would like to do is, when we go out to these summer camps, because we have 3 this summer, we want to bring those parents involved. We pride ourselves in connecting children from different parts of Richmond and bringing them together as families. We have families in Chesterfield, South Side, of course, the West End, East End, North Side. And we want to kind of be a bridge that brings all of those families together so that we can work together.
So academically, do you see a growth in your students?
I do. I had one student in particular at the beginning, and I'm not going to say her name, but at the beginning, halfway through the school year, when she first started to come and work with us in the dance company, the teacher's like, I don't know what to do with her. Her attitude and this and that, and I'm going to just have to send her to you. And then at the end of the year, she stopped me and she said, you know, I just want to tell you that so-and-so's attitude has changed. She is so positive, and whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. So we do see the academic change, because we try to instill responsibility and discipline, and you have a purpose and role in this community, and you need to live up to that purpose and role.
So what about socially? So we have kids coming from all over Richmond, from north to south. Now, do they get a chance to, is it hard for them to get along with each other? Like, how do you get them to get involved with one another, even though they may not know each other?
We have been blessed in that aspect. When our children get together, they automatically, the girls automatically, that's my sister, hey sister. And so they may be shy at first, but those girls, if we don't have practice for a couple of weeks, when they see each other, oh my goodness, they're just running and hugging and everything else. And so for the girls, it's been a little bit easier. For the guys, my husband is actually going to put together a summer program where they're going to drum, they're going to talk about what it is to be a male, and then they're going to eat and they're going to bond together. So under our dance company, you have no choice. We are family. We're going to make this work. And if there is ever an issue, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about it, because you need that foundation of family before you can go out and deal with anything else that's going on in the world.
All right. So where do you see the most growth at the end of the season in their lives?
I just see it. I think on stage. I think you can tell a lot from people when you see their performance. You know, you see their confidence, you see just a free energy, a free spirit. And I see it on stage. I hear it in the conversations, in the decisions that they make. Because I know socially, you know, we were teenagers once. I know socially that there is a lot going on. I listen. I try not to judge. I listen to what they're saying, where they're coming from. And a lot of times, I don't even have to have a chance to say, well, you know this is wrong. They do it themselves.
So a lot of times,
I just provide the ear. They talk through their options, and then they realize what is the more mature choice to make. So we see it not only on stage with their confidence, but we see it in their everyday decision making. So that is where we see the growth.
Well, all right, folks, don't change that dial. We will be right back with Miss LaShonda Craddock from Culture for My Kids.